What's up guys, Minty Kiwi Crunch here, bringing you to Mass Effect 3 Reckoning DLC. Bringing you the first build I'm going to do, the Krogan Warlord Sentinel. Pretty badass character, I must say. Tech armor, biotic hammer, electrical hammer, it's really cool. This guy is fucking massive. He's actually bigger than the Geth Juggernaut, and bigger than pretty much every character except the Atlas. Like enemy type, not character. Gonna be playing Gold Match today with this guy. I like him so far. His heavy melee is pretty cool. My only gripe about him is that I might not have the right power setup for him. But I'm gonna bring you this build, show you what it is, and show my recommendations for it. Because I have played with this guy multiple times now, and I like him, but at the same time, I think the Krogan Vanguard is just as good, if not better, to get shields back. While health regen is cool, getting your shields back instantly is a lot better. So I'm going to go with equipment first, just to show you what I'll be using. Strength Enhancer 3, definitely go for a Strength Enhancer. This guy, he's a Krogan, definitely go for a melee build. I'm going to show you a melee build. Gear, there's a few things you could go for. Actually, let me do this first. I would go for Cyclonic, boost your shields for this. I don't have a Cyclonic on me. I did use a Cyclonic on this guy, and it's pretty beastly. I think I only went down once in a gold match. But yeah, he's definitely go for more shields. You're gonna need it. For this gear, I think I went for a Berserker package when I was playing him earlier. I now realize because I don't have Cyclonic, I'm probably gonna need more shields. So I would go with, if you have a high Juggernaut, I would go with that. Mine's only level 1, so I only have 6% shields and 4% melee damage. Not that great. Hopefully I can get that up. Hopefully I can get my gear up eventually. But I doubt that'll happen, because this game loves me that much. I'm going for Shield Booster, 20% shields. Definitely want more shields on this guy. I was thinking about going for, where's the other one? Not that one. It's the, well, it must have passed it. This one, Shields Regen and shields. I was thinking about going for that one because I believe I have like already a 15% or 30% faster shield recharge, which would be nice. But I wanted more shields over I wanted an extra 6%. Anyways, that's enough about gear. I didn't do ammo. I'm not going to do ammo bonus. I think I kept track of how many times I shot my Wraith, the gun I'm using, in a match, and it was probably about 3 times. I really don't use a gun on this guy. His hammer and his abilities for his hammer totally are more worth it than shooting your gun. So weapons, I'm using the Wraith 4. I'm using Omni Blade for 30%. It also increases your weapon weight. I chose this shotgun because it's relatively light and it's also relatively strong. And then I went for, actually I'm going to change this in the event I go against Cerberus and the shitload of Guardians they now have spawning. Because apparently a massive fucking hammer can't crush a Guardian, because that makes sense. But I would definitely go for something with a blade. If you don't want the Omni Blade or you don't have the Omni Blade, go for this. It's 25%. I chose this because at level 1 it's 30% already. So getting this up to level 5 is probably insane, the amount of extra damage you can do. And especially if you don't have like a high gear or anything like that, definitely use an Omni Blade or a blade in general. I know assault rifles also have blades now, or they've had blades. Mine only does 17.5%, so I'm not too happy about that. But it doesn't increase weight, and it'll actually let you shoot from range. So maybe once I level this up quite a bit, I'll start using an assault rifle in this class just so I can help my teammates out in objectives and such. But I will not be using an assault rifle. For powers, tech armor, I went to rank 4 apparently. Yeah. Oh, I know I only went with rank 4. Yeah, I only went with rank 4. His other abilities are much more important than the durability of tech armor. And while I did go for durability for this one, just for that additional 5%, definitely don't max this out. Go for 1 rank at least, maybe 3 even, if you want more points for Krogan Warlord for power damage. But you definitely want to max out both Biotic and Electric Hammer, in my opinion. They're both very good, and they both complement the Krogan Warlord and his hammer, because his base damage on his hammer isn't all that great. Like, it can sometimes kill stuff in 1 hit if you have the additional damage, but sometimes it just doesn't. Especially on gold, it doesn't. Oh god, it doesn't. But let me get into Biotic Hammer. This ability is really cool. This ability is more or less to hit a single enemy. Yes, his hammer can hit multiple enemies if they're like fucking having sex with each other, but Biotic Hammer is specifically for 1 enemy, like Geth Primes, bosses, stuff like that. Or if you want to kill like one shot a hunter or something like that. Biotic Hammer is definitely 1 person. So I'll obviously go to rank 3. And then I went for damage. Recharge speed, I'm now thinking about, I might do recharge speed next time. As you can see, it's 7.06 seconds, and how this ability works, it's kind of an ability. You activate it, what is this, I think left bumper, and then you get 2 charges. Well, I have 2 charges because of this. But you get 2 charges for it, and then you have to wait 7 seconds in order to get your hammer to have the biotic part of it. So that's kind of interesting. I like that. It's kind of like a drawback of how good this guy could be if you're just like, oh, let me activate the Biotic Hammer, and I just have Biotic Hammer until I don't fucking want it anymore. So you only get 1 charge at this point. See, well, you can visibly see that with your eyes. So I went for damage and force with this one. I might go for recharge speed. It depends on how heavy your gun is, I guess. I could try using a talent on this guy, but I'm not really looking forward to that. I then went with armor damage, because why the fuck not? Biotic combos. I guess this would more or less be for other people if you're working with the entire Biotic team. Yeah, that would probably be beast, but Tony and I, as you probably have watched, if you have watched our videos, know that we're not very good at coordinating with each other. But if you're with the entire Biotic team, it would probably be pretty beastly to get this. And finally, instead of going for increased force and pass through armor or shields to knock down humanoid targets, I went for a number of charges. The reason for this is that I would go up against Geth Primes, and I would use the first one, and it would do like a shitload of damage, and then I'd just be like meleeing him, waiting for one of my hammers to recharge, or be able to use another one of my power hammers. So I went for 2 charges just to get around like 1700 damage or force bonus, and to get the damage I hit 24,000 damage after I lose it, and I'd probably about halfway through till I can use it again. So this is very good for bosses, while this might be good for like little enemies or like Geth Pyros and stuff. I'm trying to think of what other enemies, Dragoons maybe. I definitely want number of charges, because this will kill Dragoons easily. This will kill Pyros easy. This will essentially allow you to survive better. Onto the Electric Hammer. This is the AoE hammer, which is pretty boss. It's very good against like stunning enemies. I almost said like stumbling. It's good at stumbling enemies too. But anyways, obviously go for 3. Rank 4, I went for Impact Radius. First time I was using this, it wasn't that great of a radius, to be honest. It was like around 4 meters, which is alright, but I mean, I definitely wanted a higher radius to hit more enemies, because this is an AoE hammer. If you're only hitting like 2 enemies at once, what the fuck's the point of an AoE hammer? Increased damage to shields and barriers, that's probably pretty useful, but like I said, you do a shitload of damage to enemies already with the hammer, and this just gives you a damage, like bonus damage. So I would definitely go for radius. Chill for increased damage. Definitely go for chill. Fire would be good for bosses, but this kind of helps out your teammates more, allows them to do more damage, as well as your melees to do more damage. And finally, I went for radius again, and an increase of tech combo detonations by 65%. Didn't really notice any tech combos going on. A lot of people are using new classes, and it's the Geth Juggernaut. The Geth Juggernaut. He's not really good at detonating combos. His Geth Pulse or Sage Pulse can detonate, but it can't set up. I've been playing with a lot of people that have just been using Geth Juggernaut or this guy or the Cabal, but I don't know. I like like I said before, I like the radius. Number of charges probably would be useful, but its base is at 2, so you don't really have to worry about that. That brings both your hammers to 2 charges each. 4 would be convenient. I don't know, I'm still experimenting with this build. I definitely want to redo it again and do a different build, so I might update that later. Warlord, I only went for 4, I went for power damage and capacity. Weapon, like I said, I don't shoot the weapon at all, so that only makes sense. And Warlord Rage, this is new and awesome. This is new and awesome. Let me go about saying that. This is what all Krogan should have had. You get, without even just base, like standing around, you regenerate 75 health per second. Which kind of sucks. If you were on a Vorcha, yeah, that'd be boss. But you're on a Krogan with huge amounts of health. And 75 sucks. You barely regenerate any health. So, obviously, go for 3. Here, I went for health regen, and I was like, alright, I definitely need more health regen. I skipped the melee. And I was debating, I was like, maybe I should just go all melee with this guy. That's what he kind of focuses on. That's what I did with the Vanguard. So it kind of made sense, but at the same time, I was like, this guy doesn't have charge. I'm going to need shields. So I went for the first one. I was like, alright, this isn't bad. And then I skipped the recharge delay, so I don't have 30%. And I went for melee martial artist, which increases melee damage after a heavy melee kill. And that's alright. I don't really notice it that much. Especially on gold, everyone just doesn't die in one hit with this guy. And then I went for pure rage, which allows you to trigger rage within a single kill, and so you only need to kill like one enemy and you get rage, which is great. That is awesome. That's really cool and gets your rage health regen up, which is awesome. But at the same time, I'm now regretting this about this class. I kind of wanted to go, I'm thinking about going for this one, Fitness Expert. Mostly because it's health regen, it's too slow. Compared to the Krogan Vanguard, it's too slow for this guy to even compare to him. I used this guy, the Warlord, for a Geth match, and then immediately did another match right after that, and my score was at least double of what I got on this guy. So I don't know if that's just me poorly using a build or poorly using this character. I definitely need to experiment with him more, but enough of me talking. I'm going to actually play a game now that I'm on almost 14 minutes of me just rambling with a stuffy nose. So yeah, this is my build. I'm definitely probably going to update this. Definitely going to update this guy once I get enough credits to level up all my characters enough. Alright, I'm going to stop talking now so I know where to edit this and then just start the gameplay.